What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about some of the dumbest things that Americans have ever said on the internet. Oh boy, so today I want to take a look at this Reddit page, and what is this is a collection of just the stupidest things Americans have ever posted across the internet. And a part of me is very curious to see this, but another part of me, the American part of me, is just dreading what I am about to see. But let's take a look. With that being said, starting with this says, there has never been another nation ever that has existed much beyond 250 years. Not a single one. What? America's 250th year is in 2025. The next 4 years are going to be pretty interesting considering everything that's already been said. What is this person saying? What does this American think? There's not a single nation in the world that has existed beyond 250 years. Like, as far as America goes, we are not even close to the oldest country or nation or that's incredible. And then somebody says under it, my local pub is older than your country. No kidding. Like, seriously, in the UK, there's probably pubs that are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years old. Oh my god. It's like, the annoying thing is not just the ignorance, but then the audacity to go online and post it to the world and proclaim your ignorance to the public. Like, I don't know, confident ignorance that's kind of what makes this sting even more. I can't believe there's an American that actually thinks that. Let's keep going here. We're off to a great start. What are some of the other stupidest things Americans have ever posted on the internet? It says, yeah, I'm like, I don't even know how many generations removed from my European ancestors. Americans love to talk about our ancestry and how our great great grandpa was from Scotland, and so that makes us cool, or that's a big thing. Anyway, I don't know how many generations removed from my European ancestors, 5 or 6, but I've been to Germany twice and had multiple instances of people engaging me in German because apparently I look super German. And then someone says, German is our only official language. We engage everyone in German. Oh my god. This is this what this all is going to be like? Like, just a complete lack of any critical thinking skills at all? This American went to Germany and thought it was just the biggest compliment that people spoke to him in German. This is better than Americans who travel to other countries and demand to speak in English. It's at least like better than that, but not by much. This poor guy, he thought it's because he looks German. He's my homeland, my German ancestry. No, they're talking to you in German because you are in Germany. If you read into that even a little bit, it actually says that this American doesn't think that people talk in German in Germany. They think it was special treatment for him. We engage everyone in German, no matter how you look, unless there's a specific reason to assume you don't speak German. Yeah, that's just kind of standard, going to another country, speaking the local language, pretty standard. This person thought it was special treatment. Okay, let's sit up here. This is gonna be a long one. Okay, let's keep going. This is Bernie Sanders, United States politician, saying, "Have you ever avoided taking an ambulance because you could not afford it?" I know there's a lot of Americans who actually do that, who don't take ambulances, who don't go to the emergency room because of our healthcare system, our health insurance system. Because when you go to the emergency room or use an ambulance, when you go home later, a week later, you're going to get a bill in the mail, usually about $1,000 to $2,000 at least. So a lot of people cannot afford that. So he's right. A lot of people have avoided taking an ambulance because you can't afford it. Absolutely. The ambulance, someone responds and says, "The ambulance is not your taxi to the hospital." Is it? Is it not? Then what? What the heck is it then, sir? In a little more colorful language than I said. Then what in the heck is it? If not an ambulance to, if it's not a taxi to the hospital, what is it? That is literally what it is. It's a taxi to the hospital. That is the point. What is this person? What is this person even? What is their point? Like, what did they think they were doing? They really thought they were doing something here when they said, "The ambulance is not your taxi to the hospital." That's what that is. It is actually. That's what it's for. It's actually very much like a taxi. Transports you there. In America, you actually pay it, so it's even more like a crazy overpriced taxi. This person, are they arguing that, hey, don't just expect an ambulance to come take you to the hospital, like as if that's not totally expected or necessary. I really don't know what argument they were even making, saying, for one thing, they're dead wrong. It is your transport to the hospital. That's its purpose. What they were basically saying, like, don't just assume an ambulance should show up and help you. Why we? Yes, do assume that. Hopefully that will happen. Like, I don't get it. I really don't. All right, let's keep going here. Hey, jackass, we use mile per hour in this country. Wheels is an Australian magazine. We use metric measurements. Okay? First, it's already starting off very aggressive for, like, what? For what? Why? Like, getting upset over the units of measurement in the United States versus basically the rest of the world is on the metric system. We're the only weirdos. But this American's already like, "Hey, jackass, we use mile per hour in this country." Like, okay, what? Like, calm down. In Australia, we use metric measurements. You're on the internet, which is American. Ow, that hurt. I had to hit myself with something to distract myself from the stupidity. What is he saying? What? That's a special statement right there. You're on the internet, which is American. Therefore, you can use American measurement. What? This is crazy. This is crazy. What the heck? I didn't. This is. Wow. So this person actually said, "You're on the internet, which is American. And so therefore, you use American measurements when you're on our internet. The best measurements, by the way." And they say, "Actually, the World Wide Web was first developed in CERN." I don't blame you for not knowing that. You're apparently an American. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't blame them for blaming the American. This is actually some of the stupidest things I've ever read on the internet, and they're all from Americans. This hurts. This is painful to read. This is wow, and it's always so aggressive. It's always so angry as well. The angry ignorance. The confident ignorance the ignorance where it's like they're much too bold, saying it much too bold and proudly for how wrong they are. That's what's extra annoying, I think. Jeez, what is with these people? This says, wait, other countries didn't have to sing their national anthem every day at school for 12 years? Is he talking about the Pledge of Allegiance? Because in the United States, you don't really sing the national anthem every day. No, I mean, I don't know if there's some schools out there doing that. I don't think so. Really. We sing the national anthem at sporting events, special occasions. What we do every day in American public school is we all stand up in our classroom and we put our hand over our heart and we say I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and all that. It's this long thing, and we're all taught it, and we don't really realize how strange the whole situation is. We're all children reciting like this pledge of pledging our lives to the nation. Like it's a little weird when you think about it, and it's extra weird. Like, so you guys aren't doing this in other countries out there. You're not really doing that. Is that right? Just us? That's so strange. It is strange looking back on it. So I agree with this American who's like, wait, other countries didn't do this? Huh. That is, I totally admit that's weird. What else? Says most hated countries? It's like a world map of the most hated countries. They have like percentages on every country. The United States is at 7%. Does that mean 7% of the world hates America? Is that what that means? It looks like America is one of the most hated countries according to this map here. And it says, would love to see some of these countries try to F with the U.S. Try to F with a... Okay. You're certainly not helping America's image with that statement. No kidding. See, what's with the aggression? Man, Americans need to chill out a little bit. I mean, I am American, and it's funny when I look at stuff like this, sometimes I almost feel a little detachment, like as if I'm not American. I'm like, Americans need to chill out a little bit, but that includes me, I guess. But geez, I'm not shocked by this map, like of the most hated countries. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, Australia only 1%, Canada only 2%. The UK is too tiny to see, but it looks very low. And then America's just like in red, like, oh, uh-oh. I'd love to see you try to F with us, though. No, it's not helping. What is this? I'm going to have to make this bigger. Can I? There we go. How long until someone runs on the platform of hashtag food stamps for all? If healthcare is a right, is food as well? Are they saying healthcare should not be a right? And then they're saying food should not be a human right? Is that what they're arguing? Actually, they're arguing they're mad if healthcare is a right, and they're saying, "Oh man, should food be a right as well?" Am I reading this correctly? I almost am questioning it because it's so egregious. Yes, eating is a human right, you incredible loon. Yeah, like I'm kind of speechless. Like, why would you argue against feeding people? Like, what? Where does it say in the Constitution or any of the amendments that eating is a human right? They're doubling down on it. They're really saying that, like, surviving, having food to live in the United States, to literally survive, should not be a human right. It also doesn't say you have the right not to be murdered. It's a piece of paper not some holy manuscript passed down by God Almighty. No kidding. So, like, at a certain point, you got to just use your brain. I feel like that's the the subject, the highlight of today, the motto, we could say, the slogan. At a certain point, Americans, you just got to use your brain. Also, literally, it says life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Guess what you need for life? Exactly. Exactly. Like, yeah, our whole, like, American dream thing is like the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. How are you going to do any of that without being alive, and which needs food? Wait, there are people who think human rights are decided what's written in the Constitution, the American Constitution. Seriously, and there's a lot of Americans who think like our Constitution is the law of the world, or that we should have any, like, dictate any sort of mandate or laws for the planet. Like, okay, we get to decide how America does things, fine. But even then, like, no matter how you interpret our Constitution, I would have thought we can all agree that everyone should get, like, health care and food. You know, that's typically the point of a civilized nation and government. And maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. I think this is turning me crazy, this video. Friendly reminder that the UN voted to declare food a human right. There was exactly one country that voted no. No kid, is that right? Really? Oh, God. The United States voted against declaring food a human right? Is that true? Part of me isn't shocked, but part of me is shocked. The other part of me is shocked. What? I don't know. I don't know, man. Let's keep going. Let's look at another. Why are Americans such a loud presence on the internet? Like, I know there's about 500 million of you, but damn, shut up sometimes. Offended by our patriotism, Wattpad girl. What is a Wattpad girl? What does that mean? Suffering from secondhand embarrassment, more like. Why are we so like insecure? What's the insecurity, like the aggressive, insecure responses from a lot of Americans here too, where it's like, none of you could take us in a fight. Let's fight. Like, what? Food should not be a human right. Like, what? Offended by our patriotism, Wattpad girl. I don't even know is that an insult? What is a Wattpad? I don't know that reference, but all right. Maybe I'll have to come back to this again in the future. This was pretty entertaining, if not a little depressing, even. Yeah, this was just a Reddit that I wanted to take a look at. SHIT, Americans say. I think YouTube can, like, use its AI algorithm to know when I'm swearing. So I like to... That's why I kind of keep that to a minimum, because then it, like, flags your videos and stuff, like, you know. Anyway, but it's SHIT, Americans say. That's the subreddit I'm looking at. Very, very, very interesting. I like that this exists. It was eye-opening, to say the least. So anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on any of these stupid things Americans have said. Jeez, that'd be interesting to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.